Okay, good morning, ladies. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for joining us again this morning. So there wasn't any questions. So have any of you got any questions before I just address two little things that I want to address? Anyone?
As usual, I do, Maren.
Awesome. No, I love it.
Okay, as some of you might know, I launched my book beginning of October, and up to now I've sold 11 books,
Fantastic.
which everybody says is fantastic, but typically me wanting things to happen, it's a bit slow for me, but it's my character, I know. I went and redid my landing page, which a lot of ladies gave input to, which I want to say thank you. I don't think any of them are on the call, I'm not sure, but thanks in any case for the input on that. Then I went and did a paid campaign, or I'm busy with a paid campaign now, where they get the freebie, like a makeup checklist. And I automated the campaign that 2 days later they get an email where I basically introduce myself. I'm a makeup artist, blah, 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 passion for makeup. And then I introduce my book. Two questions. The one is, I see the opening of the first email, the freebie, is quite high. The opening of that email is about 70%. And then the second email, it drops down to 46%. And I've been running that now since last Friday. Okay, remember now I'm a high results type person. And up to now, I haven't sold anything on that email. Is the drop in the results of the second email typically lower? I mean, you spoke about your digital product lab, where day one it's 50 people, day two it's 30 people.
Yeah.
And is there a way how one maybe can get your results for your second email higher? Is maybe my tagline wrong? I always analyze too much. What can maybe be the reason?
Okay, well done. I think it's amazing that you've got everything set up and running, and that you're running ads to your lead magnet. That's all fantastic. First of all, a 70% open rate on your first on that first email is fantastic. That's even higher than what I get. So that is really good. It's yes. The second one is definitely going to drop. There's no two ways about it. That always happens. It doesn't matter. People just open less and less as things go on. And that's why it's so important to nurture. Because again, look at your own behavior of people that you have subscribed to and that you follow. So I've got at the moment, there's probably, you change because you go through seasons. So you change. At the moment, the people that I'm subscribed to, there's about 4 people who I'm subscribed to that I'll open their emails. However, they are people that send emails either every day or every second day. And I can tell you now, my own behavior is I probably open one of the emails a week. Unless there's a really good tagline, a really good subject line that speaks to me with something that I'm going through. Oh, I haven't got time. Like that's how I go. But I never delete them because I always tell myself I'm going to go back to look at them, and I never do. And that's another thing. I won't delete the emails because I think, well, I want to learn from these guys, but I never go back to them. So what that tells me is we need to just consistently send out emails on a regular basis, whether you decide 1 a week or whether you decide 2 a week. It's not about, oh, jeepers, it's not working or whatever. We are all busy. And when there's a specific subject line that speaks to us, and we're all different, we're going to open that email. Because it might just be something where, let's just say I'm a bride and I'm looking at all things bride at the moment, and you send me an email that says the perfect wedding makeup or design, whatever you call it. That's going to speak to me if I'm the bride, and I'm probably going to open it. However, if I'm not a bride, I'm probably not going to open it. So can you see, even though I'm on your list,
in the looking zone.
Yes. And even though I'm on your list and I might be interested in what you have to offer because you targeted that to someone specific, I might not open it. So what I'm trying to say is you just need to do it over and over and over again. Because for most of us, in the old days, they used to say we need 7 touch points before someone is going to engage with you. This is in general marketing. On social media, and these days, they're talking lots more from between the 18 to 25 touch points before people will engage with you. And it's just because, just think of our lives 10 years ago compared to today. 10 years ago, we weren't so bombarded with everything, because let's face it, we live on our social media platforms and our emails, and that's where everything comes through. And 10 years ago, your emails was either your boss, your family, or the doctor, or, like things that was important, invoices, bills, where these days it's just, shall I say the word, spam. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different ball game. And we just have to understand that we're part of the, call it spam if you want to. But for me, it's where you are in your season. And just like I said, right now, I'm subscribing. There's about 4 people that I follow. The rest that comes through, which I subscribed before, I just delete it straight away, or I unsubscribe, because that season of those people are past. Where, and that's just human behavior. So I think it's just the consistency of doing it over and over and over again. And just because you've launched your ebook once, that's just like once. Now you've got to start thinking of the different strategies that you can do more. And maybe one of the things, last night I was talking in funnels, and I was just saying how we took that ebook of ours on how to write an ebook, and then we created the workshop videos. We created all those videos to go with it. And what we basically did is we took the ebook, we opened it up on the screen, and then we worked through it. Go and look at the videos. Well, you probably did if you're writing an ebook.
I have, yeah.
So we worked through that ebook, and then at the end, and obviously expanded on it and showed you how we did things. And then at the end, we also showed you how to set it up, the whole thing up on the different software systems. So think of how can you add more value even to your ebook by doing whatever you're talking about in the ebook, to maybe create some videos around that with someone that helps you out, and that you can add it, but then you can also up your price.
Okay.
Because now it's an ebook plus a workshop, and that might just be something
feedback
of more
I've
value.
Mm.
got from the 11 people, 7 people said to me if I could get it into an audio book, where they stand in front of the mirror, where they literally can pause and play after they've read it. And I don't know if you saw the comment, my voice is writing a matric exam at this stage because the English is quite nice. So she's going to do that part for me. And I have broken it up now into basically 5 sections. It's not literally eyeshadow, lipstick, but foundation, concealer, highlight and contouring. That little part all fits together. And I was thinking to do short videos on those as an add-on to it. And the other question is, now everybody that signed up for the freebie that hasn't purchased, would it be ideal? Maybe I missed something that I haven't listened to that yet. But would it be ideal? Now I was thinking to send to all of those an email like, listen, it's starting to become summer. This is the new trends for summer, the colors and things, to touch base. Is that the weekly or bi-weekly emails you're speaking about?
Yes, absolutely. So the emails that you want to send out on a weekly basis, that is just education, value. Like, what value can you give them? It might even be a new range that has come out in South Africa that you can say, it can be your personal experience things where you can say, I walked into the shops the other day and I saw that MAC has brought out this beautiful new range of ABC.
Yeah, there's a big buzz now on Maybelline.
Okay, so I thought I'll give it a try, and here's my honest feedback. And you can actually make a video, and then that video, you just upload it to YouTube, and then it's just a link in the email. So if you want to learn more about it, or if you want my honest feedback, I put it all in this video. Just click on the link below, and you'll see when I send out my emails as well. Sometimes I even do a screenshot of the actual video, and then you can actually just put a URL on that actual picture. So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's just the rest of the time, it's just value. Like, what can you give value? And then you can always in the PS, this is a great way, is to sell in the PS. And then you can do a PS and say, if you want to learn more on how to create your perfect look, then you can download my, whatever your, I can't remember your ebook's name, ebook here. And then where it says here, you that's the link to the sales page,
to my landing page.
to your landing
Okay.
page. Yeah. So,
So I use basically all my email leads on makeup, which I have either if they've bought or not, to let's call educate them.
Absolutely. And just give them value. And it can be all sorts of different things. It could even be like information about what you've been doing. Like, you know, if you've been doing makeup to show before and afters, anything like that. Like, just think of what it is that your ideal customer would be interested in to hear about. And that's the type of value
now
that
here
you
in
give.
functions, trends with evening makeup.
Yes.
That type of thing.
Yeah. And you can even I mean, I'm going to just, so to give you an idea, and ladies, this is for everybody, that as you start going, so we're doing Passion to Profit now, but I'm already thinking in November, because it's Black Friday towards the end of, I think it's the 26th of November or the 24th of November or something, is Black Friday. And I'm already thinking that in the beginning of November, I'm going to run a paid workshop on how to utilize Black Friday in your business. So don't be scared of running a workshop that is specifically geared towards something that's coming up. So if you say the season is coming up with people doing evening makeup or whatever, then you can just say, look, I'm going to be doing a workshop on exactly how to do A, B, and C, and however much it is. Yeah. And, you know, and those workshops don't necessarily have to be a fortune, because also, again, for me, it's a way of getting, because I want to run ads to it. So I want to get cold people into it. Again, it's people to get more people into my life, into my world, but then in return, giving them value. But then I also don't just want the freebie seekers. So I'm looking for people that will invest to learn. Does that make sense?
Maren.
Can I jump in there, Bill?
Sure.
First of all, well done, Lisa. It's a problem when you're a high achiever, and I know you want 111 sales, but it's a good starting point. So it's a good basis from which to work. So I've just written in the comments there just a couple of basic email 101 compelling subject lines. Right, so just the heading can put people in or out of whether they're going to open that email. So I had a good one the other day that said something like, you can't ignore this. So I was extremely curious. So I went and opened it, obviously, because I thought that it was quite a compelling headline. So the first thing is test different headlines, subject lines. I've said you could actually experiment with different headlines and send half the same email, but 2 different headlines, and segment your email list. Half get the one headline, other half get the other headline, and just see which one gets the most open rates, for example.
Babe, that one that we used that said, I'm quitting, or I'm going to quit. Yeah. I mean,
so that
was an excellent one.
I know. I had so many people reply to that email, but you see, it was all about getting eyes on it, and like, what, you know, and immediately they replied.
Okay, so
I changed my headline yesterday to see if it ups the opening of the email.
Yeah, so depending on the size of your email list, I mean, you could have 3 emails going out, and if say you had 99 people, and you send 3 different headlines, exactly the same email, but send three emails out to 33 people each, and just see which one gets the most traction. Personalize the email, so make sure when you're speaking, the person feels like you're just speaking directly to them. So this thing is for everybody, or this thing is specifically for you type thing. So when I'm reading it, I want to know that like Lisa's talking directly to me. Sometimes you can have spam trigger words, which will chuck the email into spam folder. So just make sure you're not using any of those spam trigger words. Sometimes like free and anyway. there's a lot, I can't think off the top of my head now, but words that.
Yeah, you get them in AI. I've searched for them.
Yeah.
My
And then the
husband
other
gave
thing,
me that tip.
yeah, okay, good. Your husband's useful. As is
Yeah, he's
useless.
an IT guy. He teaches
That's-
IT at school.
Yeah, good one. The other one is, especially, I wish we had done this from day one, which we never did, was to segment your email list. So the sooner you can, depending on their specific interests and hobbies and what they've come on board for, you segment your email list so that when you're sending out something that's specific to that group, rather than trying to blast everybody.
And that you
targeted
do through
specific.
tags.
Yeah, I started with tags
tagging them.
now. People that opened the free email, for instance, at the beginning, and people that bought, and then the general big group at this stage. Started with tags.
So what I'd be tempted with you, because you had such a high opt-in for your lead magnet, I'd be tempted to send all those people a video recording and just say, thanks for downloading the lead magnet on 7 ways to do your makeup. I've had such positive response from people with regards, I'm just making this up, chapter 1, eyelining 101. So today I just want to have, it's a quick 2-minute video. I'm just going to show you what they're all ranting and raving about, and then send them the YouTube. So take a piece of your book, just a small little sliver, and send them that. And maybe a few days later, send them another sliver, some other part of the book or whatever, but in a video format. Today I'm just going to show you in front of the mirror, blah, 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 blah. And then try and see if the visual stimulation might elicit some responses.
What do you find? 2 days, 3 days, approximately? Follow-ups?
Maren.
So when I send out an email nurture, so for someone that's brand spanking new into my world, I've normally got that 3 to 5 emails that go out over 7 days. And then after that, it depends. We tend to do it 1 a week. But now, like coming up to this Passion to Profit, we were sending out maybe 2 a week. Obviously, there's a lot of emails going to be going out now because I'm in promotion time, but that will only go out to the people that have registered for Passion to Profit. But yeah, I would say 1 a week in the beginning, that's fine. You know, this is, again, there's different strategies and different people use different strategies. So remember I said I'm subscribed to people and they tend to be sending emails every day. That is their way. That's their strategy. So they know, they tell you, I'm going to be sending you emails every day. I'm going to send you a business tip every single day. So you know when you're opting in that is what that person is going to be doing. Now, some people can't stand it, so they won't even opt in. However, I know this, I'm thinking this one specific guy who he literally sends an email every single day, no matter what happens. And he does all his selling through his emails. So he does all his selling just through the PS. And he will say, you know, his email will come through, for instance, and say, the reason people are struggling with social media is A, B, C, D, and whatever. So I've decided I'm going to be doing a workshop on how to do it. But then he'll just highlight the word workshop, and that's the link that'll take you through to go and register or whatever. He does it in a very natural way. I think, again, that's something that you've got to learn with time, is how to write those daily emails so that people think, geez, this guy is just giving value. But then when he throws in those sales so subliminally that you don't even realize he's selling it, it's an art. It's an absolute art to do that. So in the beginning, I would just do it 1 a week. Have your nurture that goes out straight away to the new people, where you introduce yourself. Yes, maybe give them another freebie for something just to be nice. Maybe a video that you recorded on where you're doing someone's makeup, something specific, whatever that might be. And then after that, just send them out 1 a week.
Okay. Yeah, especially having the 8 to 5 salon still also.
Yeah.
Sometimes time is a little bit limited. So 1 a week, I think, would work for me.
Yeah, and listen, if you're really busy, what you can do is you can actually go in the beginning of the month and you can just go and schedule 4 emails to go out once every week. And then if there is something that happens during the month where you think, oh, I really would like to share this with my audience, you can just send out an extra email.
I've been starting with Facebook to do that in the beginning of the month. I take the first Tuesday off of the month and sit and just schedule all my things for the month on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, it just takes such a big load off your shoulders when you do that, and when you organize and schedule, rather than worrying every day trying to schedule stuff. So yeah, no, it definitely works.
Thanks so much. I've learned so much from you.
Pleasure. Any other questions? Is that a no? Okay. I quickly want to share my screen. Just have a look here. No, that's the wrong one. Sorry, just give me a second here. Okay, so I think there was a lot of confusion with me saying I'm going to lock everything and I'm going to lock the programs and et cetera, et cetera. So I want to just go through what I've done, why I've done it, and just showing you how, for you guys that's now already been through a lot of the training and whatever, just to explain to you exactly what's happening. So as most of you probably know now, I'm running Passion to Profit. It's my lead magnet into the Digital Product Lab. And so we're hoping to get some new people in over the next week or so. So from a lot of the feedback that I've gotten from you ladies, there's been kind of a lot of overwhelm. Like, you don't know where you should start, what you should do. And I think what's been happening is people are watching a video here, a video there, going all over the place, instead of just starting at the beginning and working through it in the systematic way that I recorded it and posted it. So now what I've done is on Kajabi, I can actually lock the training, which then forces you to watch the training before the next module will open up. Okay, so that's what I mean by locking it. So this is going to stop people from going all over the place and just trying to watch everything, and then they don't really know what's going on because there hasn't been any step-by-step system. So obviously the start here, that hasn't been locked so that you can watch straight away. And then module 1 I also didn't lock because that's where you want to get started. But then in order to go to module 2, which I can't show you, so I'm going to show it to you with 2 and 3 because now I've already opened my module 1. So here I am in module 2. Now, as you can see, once you've watched the video, you will see that the little blue line goes solid. You can see that one I only just started, and these I haven't watched. And with this one, I cheated, and I want to show you how you guys can cheat, which I'm not going to tell the new people for now, because a lot of you would have already watched these videos. So basically what you can do is, if you go into a video, the first, like one of these, you can just literally go to the little cursor like that, and you just drag it to the end, and you see how it says complete. So now if I go back to the modules, you'll see now it says I've completed video 2 as well. Now, the way that these modules are locked is module 2 is locked until you've watched the last video. So until you've watched the last video in each module, that's locked. So that's why you need to just go, if you've watched module 1, 2, and 3, go to the last video of each of those modules, drag that little line across, the little cursor across, so that it says complete, and then it will automatically open the next module for you. So you don't actually physically have to go and rewatch it. For those of you that's already gone through it. If you haven't gone through it, do not do this. Stick to the system. Okay, so I want to show you here. So number 2, if I want to go to number 3 now, because I haven't actually done number 2. So if I want to go into module 3 now, and I click their overview, this is what's going to come up. This post is locked. To gain access to the post, complete video 7, step 6, pricing. Okay, so can you see it's basically just stops people from jumping all over the place. So if I now, let's just say you've already watched it, but you haven't watched number 3 and you want to get in there, you just go to module 2. Oh, geez, like that's also still locked. Hang on. I don't even know how far I can get. Video 5, validate your course. Okay. I thought I've already done these. It didn't do that. Hang on. Go through, mark as complete. Okay, let me just go into module 2 now. Why is it still locked? Validate your course. It's because I'm cheating, you see. Once you've done it, okay, let's just go to next lesson. Then hopefully it'll open up. Okay, there, now it's open up. So I still want to go back here and just show you from module 2. Where am I now? Module 2. Okay, so if I want to go to overview now these videos should all be there. Okay, and then you should be able to watch all of them. And then if I wanted to go to module 3, I have to get down to module 7, watch it. Okay, now I've watched it. Mark it as complete, complete it. And then go to the next lesson, module 3. So can you ladies see, I just want to make sure that you all understand how you can actually go back. You can go in and you can open it up, because I just wanted to do this before the new intake, just so that it's already done. So unfortunately, you are the ladies now that's kind of just that I had to do it. That had to be my guinea pigs on opening it up. But if you've got any questions, I have not locked the Tech Vault, so that is open. It's literally just the 6 modules that I locked, 4, 5, and 6. I haven't locked the Tech Vault at the bottom, so that should be open. The planners are open, the Tech Vault's are open, the calls are open. Like all of that stuff is all open. I didn't lock any of that. It's just the 6 modules. And I also didn't lock the ebook one and the workshop one, because those are just 12 straight videos. You kind of have to watch those videos in a row. Otherwise, you're not going to know what to do in any case. There's not as much content in those as what there is in this one. And also, I just wanted to quickly, hang on, let me just move myself over here. So I just want to get back here to the library. I just want to I just change the heading slightly. So before, under the Digital Product Lab was, I think, the workshop, where I've now changed it around. So the Digital Product Lab is now under, it's actually Kickstart Your Course Creation. It says, because that's where I want people to start. I want, because the foundations of creating a course is the foundations of creating an ebook, is the foundations of creating a workshop or a membership or whatever it might be. And I want people to start with Kickstart Your Course Creation. So I've done that, but you'll see that the Ladybus Guide to the ebook is there, and somewhere here, probably on my second page, is there's the launch your first 14 days. So they're still there. You'll just see that where it says the Digital Product Lab is now KYCC. Okay. Any questions on that?
Yes, I have a question. Yes, my question is, I saw your mail actually only this morning that we had to take action over the weekend, and I went to look then on Kajabi on my phone, but then on Kajabi on my phone, it doesn't look like I have watched any videos, but I have watched a number of the videos on the, online on my desktop, on my PC. Are they in sync, Kajabi on your phone, to indicate whether it's been watched or not?
Yes, no, they are in sync, but probably because I now locked it and reset it all, that's why everybody's has gone back to 0, if I can put it that way.
Okay.
That's
so
why
it's okay if I continue to watch on my PC and not on my phone.
Absolutely. Ladies, the phone app is literally there. Like I do most of, when I'm looking at something specific, I will do it on my laptop. But often I'm in the car and Stephen and I are talking about something, and he says to me, oh, have you got a planner like this and this and this and there? And then I quickly just pull out my phone, look on the app, and I go through and I say, yep, it's there. Like I don't actually do a lot of like the learning part on my app myself. It's more when I'm looking for something specific that I will use my app on my phone. But most of the time, I also just use my PC, my actual computer. It's just so much easier. You can see the screen is bigger. You can sit and take notes, where it's much harder on your phone. But I have had some students who don't actually have laptops. So that's a great way for them then to also be able to actually watch the training, is through the app, because most people have got phones. But it should sync, Erla. The two should definitely sync. So as you're watching the one, as long as you logged in at the same way, the same email, all that stuff, then it should definitely sync, yeah.
Thanks.
Pleasure. Any other questions, ladies? Okay, the other thing that I just wanted to say then is that, like I said, we're busy with Passion to Profit, and we're going to do the doors to the lab will be closing next Wednesday night. So next Thursday, the 2nd of November, we are going to do a welcome call with our new members. Now, I want to put an invite out there to all of you. If anyone wants to go through with us, the welcome call, the welcome call is pretty much just going to be explaining to them exactly like what I've shown you now, how the Facebook group works, how the training works, where they should start, just basic things. So, but I'll put out the invite, and I'll be putting it in the group as well next week, just closer to the time, because they'll all get an email. Just to say that the welcome call is going to be 6 o'clock Thursday night, the 2nd of November. It could be a Zoom call. I'm going to go through that. And then what I'm going to do is what I'm busy doing with funnels and webinars as well, is I'm going to go through the training with them in a systematic way. So every 2 weeks, we've got a call, and I'm going to go, the way I work it is that every 2 weeks, we do another module. So starting with Kickstart Your Course Creation, because that's the main one that I want to work through, and I'm going to do. So I will explain to them what's going to be needed. This is what you're going to be learning in module 1. And these are the things that you need to do. And then they can come back after 2 weeks. We do the call, and they can ask me questions about, what they've learned in that module over those 2 weeks. We used to do it every week, but I just think with everyone's busy, and then people start getting anxious because they feel they're falling behind when they when they can't do the modules in 1 week. So that's why we're doing it every 2 weeks, the calls, so that more people can just get the actual work done. If you want to, you're obviously all going to be on the calls in any case, but if you want to go through it from the beginning again in a systematic way like that, you're more than welcome to join. So I just wanted to say that. I am only doing the 2 calls every month, so you are going to be part of the calls in any case, but I am going to be talking specifically about each module in those first 6 odd weeks. We are taking a break over Christmas with the calls. So I don't want anyone to feel that you can't go on holiday, or that you have to, keep on joining the calls. I think babe, what did we say? From the 18th, I think it's basically only 1 call that we're going to miss over Christmas. Like, we'll still do 1 call in December, but the 2nd call we're not going to do, so that everyone can just relax, go on holiday, do your family thing, whatever. And then we'll get back into the 2nd week of January, and we'll do our 2 calls in January again. Okay. Any questions on that? Babe, do you want to say anything?
Nope.
Was that a yep or no?
No.
Okay. All right, ladies. Any questions? Everyone happy? All right. Well, ladies, thank you for joining us then today. I don't have anything else to say. So if there's no questions, then yeah. Oh, there's a message. Is that a lot of work to do? Yep, it is. And what I'll do is in the next call, I might even talk to you guys a little bit about like our launch again now, because there's so much that goes into it. I'm actually busy. I'm working on actually preparing a document on the steps that I am taking to do a launch. Okay, because that's not currently actually in the course, but I think it'll be a lot of value. Is like all the steps that I'm taking, like from when I start planning that I'm going to do a launch, setting the date, and then everything that needs to be done before and after that whole launching period. So just give me another week or so. Let me just get all that stuff done, and then I'll be posting that into the group as well.
Warren, why don't you do a quick 5-minute overview now, if we've got a bit of time, if the women are interested? Because if you do it next time, you've got a lot of new people, and that's just going to be another confusion. So rather, if anybody's interested, anybody want to just go through 5 minutes quickly what we've been doing the last 30 days?
Yes, please.
Okay, if you don't, thanks for coming, and enjoy your day.
Yeah, please. I don't want to confuse anyone. I don't want to overwhelm anyone. So if you're not ready yet, then don't worry about it. We'll still be talking a lot about the actual launching part as well. As more and more people have got their courses and things ready, we'll really get into the launching part of it. But yeah, so I think the first thing that you have to do is you've got to decide on a date. And for a lot of us, you don't want to commit to a date because you think, I'm not ready. And let me tell you, the best thing you can do is commit to a date, because it's amazing how much work you get done when you know that the clock is ticking. I work tremendously well under pressure, where if I have an open date, I can procrastinate for a very long time. So the first thing I do is I decide on a date. And most of the time we tend to, specifically with the lab, we tend to do it towards the end of the month, just because payday is towards the end of the month. So I'm trying to, that's something that I keep in mind. If it's SOS for 99 Rand, things like that, I'm not worried about that. But I am, because the lab is 10,000, I am very aware that people need the money. So we schedule it towards the end of the month. Once you've decided on a date, obviously you've got to get your registration pages. Then the workshop itself is a lead magnet. So the way I look at my 3-day workshop, my 3-day free workshop is my lead magnet. And the way I treat it is exactly the same as whether it was a PDF document. So I've got my
opt-in. Can I just jump in while you're talking as well?
Yeah.
As you say something. So there's just two things to bear in mind there. This particular lead magnet is a free one. Okay, so you just decide beforehand what's your objective. Is your objective to narrow it right down and only get paying customers, or is your objective to get more people into your ecosystem? So if we only wanted coaches and consultants and course creators, and we made it 1,000 Rand 3-day workshop, you're only going to get 50 or 100 or 200 people registering and paying. But the advantages of that is, people have got the money, they're serious, blah, blah, blah. Or you make it free and you get 1,500 people, but offhand that your conversion rate is going to be a lot lower, because 95% of them are maybe just curious and at early stages of it. So just make sure before you start, you know exactly what you're trying to achieve.
I think that's the big thing to understand, is that not everybody is going to buy from you, no matter how many people you get. And Lisa, so this for you, that's a high achiever, you've got to understand that it's a numbers game, okay? We're talking like maybe a 1% conversion of everyone that registers, if that, okay? All depends on how many people register. So, but this is something we're going to trial now. So we've done 2 launches now where we've just opened it up 3 days, whatever. Our launch next year, our first launch, we actually decided to make this a paid workshop. We've already decided we're going to do it a paid workshop. We know that the registrations are going to drop massively, like huge. If we even get 10% of the registrations we're getting now, that's going to be huge. But it's a different caliber person that we're going to also get. Because the minute someone's prepared to pay money, it's a completely different person that we're dealing with. And then they also tend to be more serious about actually getting it done and creating their courses. Something I also added, I don't know if any of you have been watching, something I also added was the VIP experience. Now, what I found very interesting is that I'm charging 300 Rand, 100 Rand a day for the VIP experience. We've had, I think, 19 ladies opted in for that, which I was kind of surprised with. But again, it shows me those are the people that are serious, because 1, they want access to us, so they understand that they're going to get the Q&A calls with us, and also they're going to have the replay for 30 days, so they can go over and over that. Plus I created a workbook, a very interactive workbook for them. So they can see the value in it, and they're prepared to pay the 300 Rand for it. Now, why have I charged them the money? Why have I done that? 100% to offset my ad costs. Okay, so I didn't do the VIP to make money. It's got nothing to do with making money. It's 100% so that I can take that money and I can put it towards my ads. Because those ladies, babe, how much is it now? Roughly, I don't even know. I haven't worked it out. It's about almost 6,000 Rand that's come in from the VIP. And I think I'm sitting at about 10,000 Rand on ad spend. So more than half my ad spend has been covered by the VIPs. So that's why I've done it. And I mean, I will definitely continue to do that in everything that I do in the future, because I mean, it's a massive way for me to reduce my ad spend and to get that money back rather, because it just means
jump in here. You said you were surprised. Were you surprised that it was so low, or surprised that you had 19 people?
No, I'm actually surprised that there's 19 people.
Okay.
Are you surprised that it's low? High achiever. There, Lisa, high achiever.
No, because the interesting thing was after the last workshop, so you all know about, you add value, stack value, you all know about urgency and scarcity. So in the last workshop, the recordings were only available till the Sunday night. And you won't believe how many messages and emails, some of them pretty nasty, that Maren got, because that we had the audacity to take away this free stuff from them, because some of them had to still have their morning tea on the Friday, and some of them still had to go to the yoga class. And do we understand that Friday afternoons, golf afternoons, and they don't have the time to sit around and watch for an hour, and how dare we take the stuff away? So this is the sort of criticism you got to accept of that. But the whole idea behind it is, Maren and I believe in implementation and action taking. It's pointless leaving it open-ended, because people are doing not much with the information they've got already. Now you give them even more information and you leave it open-ended. It's like, okay, well, I'll just get to it at some point in my life. But that's what they're doing at the moment. They're just going through the motions. At some point, they're going to get urgent about creating this income. So the whole idea about shutting it off was, if you're serious about it, take the 3 hours and watch the 3 hours worth of training on the Friday or the Saturday, and give up something, make a little bit of sacrifice to get the free information. So this time it was, you're only going to get it till Friday night. So you got two choices. You're either going to watch it in the 4 days, or already we've had people say, yeah, but all sorts of ridiculous excuses. I mean, I don't even want to go down that route, because it drives me crazy that people want change in their lives, but they cannot alter 45 minutes to 1 hour of their lives. But anyway, I've forgotten what I want to say, because I get so irritated by it.
Relax, babe.
They've got two options basically. They've got 4 days to watch 3 hours, and if you cannot spend 3 hours, then I don't know what you're doing that. But now the thing is, you've got another out. The other out is pay your 300 Rand for the VIP experience. That's why it gets done. So you got to know why you're doing these things before you start. So that's why this is getting done the way it's getting done.
And then I think once you've now got your date, you've got your opt-in pages ready, you've got to set up your email nurtures, you've got the pre emails that go out, the post emails that go up, that's all got to get done beforehand. And then you've got to actually decide, okay, now well, you probably would have decided what the topics are going to be about your workshop. What is it that you're going to do beforehand? But then you've actually got time. When you open your registration like 10 to 14 days prior, if you haven't already created your content or your slides or whatever it is that you're going to do, you can do it in that time once you start getting people in to register. My first workshop I prepared, I knew exactly what I was going to talk about. So I knew it was the 10 steps to start an online business. It was my first one here in South Africa. And then I created it as soon as I saw people were registering, I thought, okay, fine. Because again, I'm very much about, I don't want to waste my time doing things and then no one registers. So I'll always wait until I see a response. But I know in the back of my mind, I know exactly what I'm going to teach if it's happening. And then it's just a question of me sitting down on one day, maybe 2 days, and then I create those, that webinar, the webinar slide, the slide deck, the webinars that sell, that whole thing. I do that. The beauty about when you do your slides, when you create that webinar is that once you've done it once and you've got your way of speaking, you will see that whether I'm doing funnels or SOS or the lab, or we'll be doing a few more other smaller courses now, the sale part at the end and the introduction part in the beginning stays very similar. Okay, it's very similar. I just change dates. I just change prices with the thing, the benefits, what you're going to get, whatever. That's the type of stuff that changes, but the slides pretty much stay the same. It's exactly the same. This is the summary. So these are the payment plans. This is the thing, like that all stays the same. I just change the colors, change the content. Same with the introduction part. I keep the same slides. It's just the message that changes. So I just have to do. And then it's just that middle part, that's the actual training that'll change with all of my programs, because obviously I'm teaching different things with different programs. So once you've done it once, I know it takes quite a bit of time the first time you do it, but then the second time and the third time, and like now for me with the lab, with Passion to Profit, because we're using the same 3-day training, it's now even easier, because I literally, in Kajabi, you just duplicate everything. So I duplicate the sales page, I duplicate the opt-in page, I duplicate everything that I do, the recap where they watch the videos. The only thing is I change the dates, and I change the emails, and I change when we're closing the doors, and I'm closing. We've got a slightly different, because you guys all did a 12-month, we're doing a 6-month this time. So I've changed that slightly. The payment plan has changed slightly, but now it's just little things that I had to change. It's not that big thing that I had to do when I did the first one. So in the beginning, yes, it's harder, but it gets easier. And this is the beauty. This is business, isn't it? I mean, in the beginning with any business, it's hard when you're setting up anything. And then as you go down, the longer you're in it, things just start getting easier. You get more comfortable doing it. I think, and then the main other thing that I want to just talk about is that you have to get it out there. Okay, obviously I'm using ads, but I also did quite a lot into the social media, into my Facebook groups, not our Facebook groups, the ones where my ICA is in. I was posting a lot in there. We are posting about creating courses. So whatever is relevant. So this one obviously is digital products. So we're doing a lot of content around that on our social media, just so that when people are landing, they're going to check us out, know that the minute they see my ad, they're going to go and check out what I do, that they can go and see that, you know, this is what she does. So what else is there that I can tell you now beforehand? Oh, the other thing, the reason I'm not doing these live, I wouldn't recommend not doing it live, especially in the beginning for you ladies. Remember, like I said, I have done 300, 400, 500 live webinars in my lifetime. So I'm pretty relaxed on doing it. If you're new in it, you 100% want to do them live. Okay. And the reason I say that is because there's a different energy. I've learned to have my energy up in a really great way that people actually feel when they're watching me, that it feels like we are live talking to them right there and then, even though we're recording it. But in the beginning, you really want to go in there, be live, interact with the people, even if it's on a Zoom like this and you are doing a training. And it's maybe just, let's just say it's just the 2, 4, 6 of you here. And I was doing this webinar now, and I'll talk, and then I will say in the end, so any questions, and come up and whatever, so that the people feel that you're really part of them. That's really what you want to do in the beginning, and you're going through your slides. But as you get better, you can start recording, or you can use previous workshops that you've recorded. You can start using that. But really, I would do it in the beginning. I would definitely do it live, because you only get better at doing it when you do it over and over and over again. The other thing, that one of the reasons I have pre-recorded it over the 3 days, as you all know, is load shedding. Okay, now at the moment we don't have a lot of load shedding happening, which we were lucky this time around. But I know the previous one that we ran when you ladies joined was terrible that time. We were going through a really bad patch of loads, like 3 load sheddings a day. So what this does is it actually helps the people that, let's just say you have got load shedding, but it gives an opportunity for those ladies that are working, because obviously they can't do it and they can't be there. So I've just found that that's really helping a lot of the women that's working to also watch the training. Alternatively, what we maybe might do next time is we might be doing them live, the trainings live, the workshops live, but we'll do more than, if it's just one workshop, like I'm specifically thinking of funnels where it was just a one-day workshop, instead of doing just one on a, say, a Wednesday morning, we will do one on a Wednesday morning, one on Wednesday night, and maybe then another one on like on a Saturday morning or whatever. So in the same week, create maybe 3 or 4 even workshops that people can register for the different ones. And again, it's, if you want to do it live, but giving people more options with whether it's load shedding or they're working or whatever, doing it at different times so that people can connect in different times. So that's just all things that we've had to adapt to doing business in South Africa. So, but yeah, I mean, it's been working. Babe, is there anything else that you want to mention?
Nope.
But I'll do a proper, once I've gone over everything and we've had some results, then we'll also give you back, I'll give some feedback on the results and the numbers and things like that, just so that you can understand what it takes and that it's not, well, I've got 100 people register and 90 of them is going to buy, because it just doesn't work like that. So yeah, I think it's always good to just see what the real figures are like. All right. Any other questions? No. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And then if you've got any questions, just post it in the group. Let us know if there's anything you want us to look at. Just put it under the review thing. Make sure to tag us. And yeah, we will definitely get back to you. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Bye.